So in the interest of time, because we wanted to wind down at 5:30, I want to first thank you, tremendously for giving your time and to being with us, and to also generously extending your office to engage with each of us. And after this conference and this gathering, we will may take that up and to see informal ways of engaging, because as we know that our localities and definitely the federal government is nowhere near wanting to to provide any basic rights, let alone housing, and it's going to be increasingly repressive, as we see in Portland. I want to invite Eric to share a little bit about the, just close us out with the Right to Home project. Eric, if you wanted to just share some words before I close out for today.
Yes, thank you, Chaumtoli. Thank you, Rapporteur, for joining us, and thank you, everyone, for being here today. It's been a great event, a great program, really inspiring, and these are challenging times for our world, unprecedented times, and I think it's important that we think about solutions in a new way, and that's what we're doing. That was the goal of this project. It was to look at homelessness with the homeless community, not just about them. And we reported on, we started this project many months ago at the beginning of 2019. And here we are in the middle of 2020. The world has changed a lot, but homelessness is still a big problem. But I think, some great ideas came out of this today. And I think it's important to move these forward. Incremental change is how we're going to get things done. And each time we gather together, each time we do work together, there's collective strength in that. We have people joining us for this event from all over the country, and that's powerful. We have to keep this going. It's just the beginning. It might be kind of the end of part one of this project, so to speak, but this is an ongoing project. We're not going to stop till it ends, till we end homelessness. That's the goal, and it is an achievable goal. And that's what we're going to keep working towards. If you want to, help, if you have ideas how we can collaborate, with Law at the Margins, if you would like to collaborate with Law at the Margins, reach out to us. Go to the website, there, you can reach out to me directly, you can reach out to Chaumtoli, but there's different ways. We're always open to collaboration opportunities. And again, one last thing is, I think working in this community, I've learned a lot in this process, but I also think that this kind of work can be tireless, it can never ending. It can also be thankless. And I think I just want to take a moment to thank everyone, show gratitude for the work that you're doing. It's appreciated. And just remember that, you have allies, there are people, and we just need to get more allies so that we can, strengthen this movement. So we can end homelessness. But thank you all.
Great. So I want to just end with a couple of thanks. So first of all, the Right to Home project is a collaboration with 4 street newspapers throughout the country. They were very much instrumental towards putting together today's event. Streetwise Chicago, Street Spirit in Oakland, Street Sense Media in DC, and also the contributor in Nashville. Each of the editors you met at the beginning of the session. I want to, again, give enormous amount of gratitude to Eric Falcaro, Alistair Boone, to Amanda Haggard, and to Suzanne Haney. These are folks who are maintaining local papers that are directly working with unhoused communities, oftentimes severely under-resourced, actually always under-resourced. And so, that they sort of joined in and saw the power of media and advocacy. And together, I think I just want to first give a shout out. Please support them, support their work if you're in Oakland, DC, Nashville, and Chicago. Because I think that it's really important that, I think Reggie said, it's like, we need to get our stories sort of out there. I want to also give a shout out to our panelists. So panel Yeah, I think it's important to name folks. Cooper Aruna from How's the Bay. My brain said Marcus Moore from Picture the Homeless. Looking at my notes. Sorry. Am I forgetting? No. And Reggie Black, who moderated that panel.
Vicky Batcher.
Yeah, Vicky, are you there? I owe you. Vicky Batcher, who's one of our contributors, writers from Nashville.
Thank you.
Yeah, Vicky. Yeah.
Thank you so much for the invite. I had a wonderful time. I really did.
Great, excellent. And I want to thank our panel 2, which is on solutions. Al Sarboon moderating that session with Selena Trall at Vocal New York, Nita B from The Village, Oakland, Zachary Johnson from Call to Action in Minnesota, and Kyle Arbuckle from the Low Income Housing Coalition. Also during this time, I came to know that Steve and TJ have been at MAP, have been doing some archiving and some tweeting. And, you know, I think that sometimes while we're making these gatherings, we have to tell our own story. And that's kind of in many ways how Loud the Margins was sort of born. So I want to shout out for all of you who've been doing that. Of course, so all of our participants who are experts in doing this work, I want to sort of thank you for joining us today. And of course, Eric Ortiz, who's the executive editor who you spoke from, who was pretty much kind of leading for us. We're an entirely volunteer effort. We all have other jobs that kind of pay our rent, myself included, I guess. And so if you liked what you saw, you want to see more of it, I think Marcus Moore said it earlier, is we got to fundraise for ourselves. We got to support the work that we want to see, so support us to do that. And then finally, last but not least, there are 2 people who are instrumental to putting this together, and you did not see them at all. And one is Morgan Moon. Morgan Moon is our associate editor. You might have gotten a lot of emails from her and from me, and so she has been sort of behind the scenes, and I want to give a shout out to Morgan. And then finally, I want to give a shout out to Albert Garcia, who's our tech producer. He has been committed to ensuring, despite connectivity, despite all the challenges, to ensure that the voices of those who are unhoused are brought to this program. So I want to also thank Albert as well. And finally, I believe one of our interns, Laura, is been sort of tweeting and chatting and getting this sort of space engaged. I hope I haven't forgotten anyone. If I have, my apologies, but have a wonderful, blessed evening. And this is really just the beginning. I think it's to kind of build the networks, to share the stories regarding mobilizing folks around solutions. And then we need to really push the decision makers to really make housing and other sort of human rights a reality. I think that's going to be upon us to do. Again, finally, thanks again to our special rapporteur. I know your work as a movement person, and I'm very much thrilled that you are occupying this position, because we feel like maybe this may truly become a reality. With that, I think we will sign off for today. It's been a long day, a good day, and take care.